One childhood moment, one life pattern. What if I told you that one moment from your childhood, just one, could still be shaping your relationships, your career, your self worth, and even your ability to feel joy? It may have lasted 3 seconds, but its impact is still living in your nervous system today. This isn't about blaming anyone, it's about uncovering what's been buried so you can finally set yourself free. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Melanie Morgan, your host of The Fugly Ugly Truth, your healing facilitator and founder of the Sheep House. And today we're going to talk about something that affects everyone, whether they realize it or not, how a single childhood belief becomes a lifelong pattern. The red moment. So when we've all experienced what I call a red moment. It's the moment your nervous system lit up with pain, fear, or shame, and instead of processing it, you had to survive it. Here's an example. A little girl was in kindergarten, and the teacher hands out a blank piece of paper and 4 crayons to every child. One red, one green, one blue, one yellow. The teacher goes up to the chalkboard and draws a triangle and a square and tells the children, "This is a house. Draw your house now." The little girl, who loved drawing as far back as she could remember, was super excited. This is her jam. So she puts her head down and goes to work. She takes the green crayon and draws a triangle, and then the red one and draws a square, and ta-da! She has a house. She looks up and sees that everyone else is still working. So she picks up the blue crayon and draws 2 squares for windows and a large rectangle for a door. She looks up again and sees everyone is still working on their picture. She then takes the yellow crayon and creates a bright, shiny sun just above the rooftop. "Crayons down," the teacher says. She then calls up groups of 5 at a time to present their drawings in front of everyone. First group holds their drawing to their chest, and the teacher says, 1, 2, 3, show your picture." Everyone has the same one. "Perfect, kids, great job." Next group comes up in the same routine. 1, 2, 3, show your picture. Everyone had the triangle and square perfectly. "Wow, kids, those are beautiful." The little girl is so excited because her drawing is absolutely unique, beautiful, and colorful. It's her group's turn and they go up. Same routine. 1, 2, 3. And as the pictures are shown, the little girl is smiling ear to ear, proud until she hears, "Everyone, great job, except for you." And as the teacher points directly at the little girl, "What were you thinking? We didn't ask you to get creative, only to follow the rules. One triangle, one square, a perfect house. But no, you had to choose to show off, and it's all wrong." In that moment, excitement and pride turned to shame. What she heard was, creativity is bad, being different is bad, standing out is bad. Don't think, just obey the rules. One moment stole her unique identity, and as she grew, she did everything in her power to blend in, to silence her voice, to dull her shine, to hide in the shadows, to do everything not to be seen. One red moment changed her whole life. Perhaps you remember a red moment. You were told to be quiet, so you never learned to speak your truth. You were compared to someone else, and you learned that you were never enough. You were punished for being emotional, and you learned that vulnerability is a weakness and that your truth of your emotions should never be expressed. You were too young to understand, but you were left to figure it out on your own. In that instant, you didn't just hear what was said. You made a decision about who you are. And it sounds something like this: "I'm not lovable unless I perform. My voice doesn't matter. If I need too much, I will be abandoned. I must be perfect to be safe. Each of those beliefs became an invisible strand in the chaos of undefined emotions, creating the blueprint of your entire life. It became a cord that bonded you to pain in the past that now shapes every today and every tomorrow. From that moment on, your body adapted to protect you. You became the overachiever, always seeking approval and validation from others, the fixer who needed acceptance to feel whole, the quiet one who let everyone else's needs matter while silencing your own, the one who always smiles but hides the ache inside that never seems to go away but still cannot be fully defined, the one who never lets anyone get too close because if they do, they will see all of your thousand flaws. These patterns may have helped you survive childhood, but now they're sabotaging your success, your intimacy, your peace, and your potential. Here's what it looks like today. You shrink in meetings even when you know the answer. You stay in emotionally unfulfilling relationships. You're exhausted from overgiving and still feel like it's just not enough. You self-sabotage at the edge of every breakthrough. You don't consciously choose it, but your wounded inner child still running the show. The most dangerous part of all this, you lived by the lie for so long, you think it's just your personality. You tell yourself, I'm just a perfectionist. I'm just not good at relationships. I'm just someone who stays behind the scenes. No, that is not who you are. That's who you became to protect yourself from pain. But protection is not freedom. Survival is not the same as living. Healing is not about blaming the past. It's about reclaiming your power in the present. When you choose to heal the child inside, your body relaxes, your voice gets louder, your energy expands, your decisions start coming from wisdom instead of fear. You stop chasing love and start receiving it. You stop proving yourself and start owning your worth. And while one little moment created a lie about who you are and what you're capable of, this doesn't have to continue to define you. Because the truth is, you're not bad. You're not broken. You're just unfinished. It's time to gain the clarity of those moments, redefine what they mean to you, and change the story you've lived by for far too long. So take a moment and really think about these questions. Get real honest with yourself and uncover what has been hidden for far too long. Question number 1. What belief about yourself have you outgrown, but you still live by? Question number 2. What's the pattern you're finally ready to break? And the last question, what would your life look like if you stopped living from pain you never understood? When we are ready to face the lies we tell ourselves, whether we did it from a survival identity or simply because we didn't know any better, we begin to heal those wounds. We break the trauma bond to our past version of ourselves, and we redefine who we are and how we show up in this world. If you're ready to heal, to evolve, and to rise into your full power, reach out to me directly. Let's personalize your sheep out journey and meet the version of you that's been waiting under the weight of your old wounds. Remember, this isn't about fluff. It's your foundation. If this resonated with you and you know that someone you know needs to hear this today, please share, pay it forward, be the bridge to help someone else get to the other side. If you like my content, you like my vibe, and you're ready to grow with our soul tribe, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And until next time, take care and always choose happy. Toodles.